Pidta Pong Graduk Phii 2566 edition. Time flies. I almost said 2556. Yeah, this is the Rui Pan Lan edition. The special edition. No two amulets the same, to be honest. They have gamagan and different kinds of powders, but no two, even in the same powders, are the same, as you can see here. Each one has a slight difference. Gamagan versions are very few Gamagan versions. These are top model. No Pong Graduk Phii, just like the classic Wat Tap, Wat Po Tat Tien. From Wat Po, the Pidta Pong Graduk Phii, same lineage and formula of Muan powders, but with lots of other herbal and tinctures made from Pong Prai. Get the light. This one is a special Gamagan version with Nanguak in the back. This also a special Gamagan version with, of course, the chakra and for good horoscope, yeah, Chinese horoscope on the back, and heng for luck. And Gamagan, of course, has 3 takrut. Not of course, but it has. It's a samgasat. Yeah, gold, silver, bronze. And so that's the Gamagan versions. No two Gamagans are the same either. No. There's another Gamagan version, you see, with 3 takrut. But these Gamagans have the coin in the back. And it's Prat Maha Somporn is the official presiding monk over this. Of course, many monks are in the blessing, but it's from officially Lumpur Somporn of Wat Sotaram in Roi Et. Yeah. Prat Pidta Brok Po Pong Graduk Phii. So it represents the Bodhi leaves. It's a Pidta, and it's actually a Pittawan, but they call it the Pidta in this edition. But you see the arms are covering the other orifices downstairs. That you call that Pittawan, but they just call it's a Pidta. But if you want to be academic, if it covers more than just the eyes, you call it a Pittawan. Tawan Jet, Tawan Gao. Tawan Jet is covers 7 orifices. Tawan Gao, Tawan Ha, 5, 7, 9 orifices. How can you have 9 orifices? Well, think about it yourself. You've got 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and so on. I don't know why that's not focusing. Sometimes likes not to focus. And this one is in, you can see it's in green and black mixed powders. This is just pure powders with the Yant Maha Ut on the back. Yeah, each one is different, so let's have a look at a few different ones. Look at this green one. This is a Gamagan. Yeah, it has some Jivara robe. Sorry about my ugly fingernail. I had an accident. And so has the Yant Trai, the triple yantra, or the Yant Maha Ut, I call it, on the back. You can also, it's like a Pidta, yeah, or a little Buddha. Depends, it has many names. Different Yant people give different names, different masters. Underneath says Namapata, Ma'a Ut inside, and 3 Unalom. And this one has a silver takrut, so it's a Gamagan with takrut in the back. And yeah, we had a look at these already. This one's half blue and half Oh, you can see Wan and Bailan and the blue powders in there. That's also a Gamagan. That's number 188. Gongkrok. Well, pink and black. Let's stay in English now, because it's very hard to... I'm going to have to study them under the microscope a lot if I'm going to say what's actually inside them. Yeah. And they'll have the numbered stamp and the Yant Maha Ut again on the back. This one in brown has Jivara robe. This one has a takrut as well. It's a Gamagan. Very few Gamagans made. You can see these Pong Graduk. Very unusual in the present era to find such hand-pressed Prai pure Prai powder amulets. It really is. You can see on the bottom of this particular one, you see here, it's because it's hand-pressed. You can see it's hand-pressed. Yeah, it's hand-pressed, which is why they're not exactly all the same or exactly perfect, yeah, because each one is hand pressed and individually fashioned. So I only got one of these only, which obviously I see Wandok Tong in that straight away. Yeah, no, Wandok Tong, very strong Wandok Tong, and of course Pong Graduk Phii, all of them. Ghost bone powders, ghost meaning somebody who died. The powdered bones of somebody who died unexpectedly or prematurely, and who was born on a Tuesday and died on a Saturday. Yeah. Some people say born on a Saturday, died on a Tuesday, which actually makes more sense to me, because born on Saturday, nothing to do. So on the day you're born, you got nothing to do, don't have to work, yeah, and you die on a work day. That's lucky because you don't have to work, but you still get paid. A bit silly really, but yeah. So there's certain rules for Prai ghost magic to make more powerful. If those aspects are included, that was born and died on this day under such circumstances, traffic accident, air accident, was some people from having been killed and stuff, accident, premature, died screaming, falling off a mountain, stuff like that. Prai magic. So, and relatives will donate bones or ashes and stuff. Yeah, the cemetery earths as well. This will have Wan Sabu Luat in it, blood soap herb in it. Can see definitely. And also presence of the pinkish Chan mark. Actually, probably Chan mark. I don't see Wan Sabu Luat heavily enough. So I'll say this Chan mark. Actually, I said I'd stay in English because I need to go under the microscope. Which is why I first said Wan Sabu Luat, and I look closely. It doesn't have that thick pigment. Wan Sabu Luat is a much bigger pigment. This is Punkin Mark with Pong Graduk Phii, which means the pink cement for areca betel nut, what the monks chew. So it'll be chewed betel nut paste. Most people will call it that. But in English language, other traders or people who document, the very few people who do, they might say the chewed betel nut only, but they don't understand. The betel nut is red, the seashell cement, it's powdered seashells, is pink. Some regions it's white, where we are it's pink. Punkin mark, which means cement for eating mark, and the mark itself. So whether it's the poon or the actual areca nut or the chewed substance itself, well, you have to ask the monk, to be honest. All you can see is punkin mark. I don't see betel nut in there. I just see the punkin mark cement. So I would suppose that is punkin mark from Luang Pu, Luang Po Sampon. Yeah. And I really like this. To be honest, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I like to... Oh my God. Buy such expensive phones these days and they claim great cameras, but really, So I really like this kind of powder because you can see there's powders. I'll keep this and put it into my sacred powder bowl. Yeah, I really like this kind of. Oh, it's a gamagan. It has a coin, a baht coin on the back. Gamblers will like that. And here's a blue one with Jivara robe and Ni Pa Hosop, corpse cloth. The cloth used to cover the corpse with. And we have here also Punkin Mag. You can see really powerful pride powders. So this is really, it must be using broken pieces of the old Graduk Phii amulets as well. Must be, because I can see the presence of old Muan San, which makes sense to make an edition honoring the famous Pidta Graduk Phii of Wat Po Ta Tien. Yeah, is of course a lineage continuation and preservation of the Wicha. Oh, very beautiful. So at last, in the modern era, I've managed to get hold of a nice edition and enough. Although I've got many, I bought a lot, invested quite a bit in this, in the belief that people will, first of all, I wanted to support the temple and the edition, but I myself was attracted to them because of these powerful pride powders and the real old school hand press method. It's so difficult to find masters in this day. But I'll be giving I've had writer's cramp lately, so I'll be giving a written or a video explanation of the edition, the different amulets that were made, so a documentation, and of course about Prat Maha Sompon or Luang Po Sompon or Luang Pu Sompon, depending on what you prefer, and the temple, his temple at Roy Et of Wat Sotaram. Yeah, so these will be appearing on thailandamulet.net very soon. And this Bailan and Graduk Phii, also very nice in black powders. And this has Bailan parchment scroll on the back, which some of them do. Some have takrod. Mostly they don't, they just have the yant on the back. Yeah, like this. Just simple. Look at those powders. I mean, just look at these powders. Look at those powders. Absolutely fantastic. You can't fake that. That's absolute necromancy. Pong Graduk and real Muan San powders. That I'm very much like this edition. Very much indeed. And what's this one? Oh, here's a green one. There's a green normal one. Well, normal. You can see it's got, that's probably from the corpse cloth, or it might be hairs from the monk. Each one's different, so yeah. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. That's about it. Oh, with Nanguak in the back, yeah. There is one as well that has, some will have like another coin, or can't remember what it was. So, I'm gonna have to post each one of these individually photographed as separate, not like 10 in stock. It'd just be one, because no two look the same. And the person who buys, who rents, is going, and also these different prices, the ones with the gamagans, the ones like this, these will be, they weren't all the same price actually, but I'm going to put them all at the same price in this, except for gamagans. The Gamagans will have the Gamagan price, and these different colours that have the no inserts. I have one with a coffin nail on the back. One with a coffin nail on the back. And I believe, whoops, I believe, no, it's not that. It's not that. I can't remember which. I believe it's in here. I believe it's in here just one moment. Oh, I'm one-handed, not very good, not the right time. But there is, here's one, another green one with 2 Chinese coins in the back, huh? And then here's another one. Another green one. I knew it was the green ones. That's a straight normal one. The only normal one in the green powders, I think. Oh no, there's another one, normal one. I thought I had one with a coffin nail. I do have one, I don't know if it's the green ones. Oh, that's a takrut, so it's not the green ones. There's one Gamagan, green one with takrut. But there is one with a coffin nail in it, and I'm not sure which one it is. And some will have this, or bailan, parchment, grimoire, hairs, chipara robe, corpse cloth like this, or takrut. And I have one with a coffin nail, Gamagan one, which of course won't be the cheapest model. So there you go. New edition 2566BE, Lumpur Sampon of what? Wat Sotaram. Excuse me. Wat Sotaram in Roy Isan Master, yeah? Very much like this Monsan as well. This is Graduk Phii, like. And you can see a little bit of wan herbal. And you can see a lot of bone powder in that. You can actually see it. You can actually see it. Let's just zoom in. You can actually see. Yeah, piece of bone in there. So, sacred. This very, you know, our ancestors that have passed away, that is sacred. And so their ashes, I've got my mum's ashes in the Buddha's hand in a big Buddha statue, not in a bowl. And they are sacred relics. Therefore, Pong Graduk Phii, ghost bone, donated for merit from the families to the monk, is also, for those who perceive it that way, at least, and feel that sensation inside, sacred.